Hello, and welcome to week 6 of MEC 280. This week we're going to study chemical pollution, and as a first aspect of that, I'd like you to read these 3 articles here on the slide. They're only a few paragraphs each, just because I want to make sure everyone here has a good picture in their mind of what chemical pollution even means. And then we'll move on to the major chemical pollutants. These are all off the EPA website. These are major contributors when people are exposed to them of problems in human health. So the major 6 ones are on this slide. We've got formaldehyde, mercury, and lead. These are all described in the web link shown. And on the next slide we have asbestos, polychlorinated biphenyls, which most people can't pronounce, so just refer to them as PCBs. Then there is also the ingredients that are in pesticides, which if they're not careful the way that manufacturers produce them, they can be very toxic, not just to the pests like the insects, but the people too and the animals. So that's another area where there's had to be a lot of regulation on the part of these items in order to keep these chemicals safe. Then I wanted you to learn about the EPA, which is the Environmental Protection Agency of the United States, and what they do in regulating the chemical industry. So there's an article about that. And this last article on the birth of EPA will take you back in time to the year 1970 when this agency didn't exist and there was pollution out of control all around the United States, which is, of course, what led to the formulation of the EPA in 1970. So that'll give you some context of why we are where we are 47 years later, regulating chemicals to keep them from becoming a major health problem from the people in this country. And then to give you a little flavor of what chemical pollution's like around the world, I got a couple articles here from India and China. One in India, Union Carbide's disaster in Bhopal, India, occurred in December of 1984, and to this day is the worst chemical disaster in terms of effects on human health that has ever happened, and hopefully it'll never happen again. But if you read the article on from this website, you'll get an understanding of how bad things can be when toxic chemicals are not carefully used and carefully regulated around the world. So make sure you take your quiz this week for week 6, and it's also the week that we have our final exam. So the quiz will come out on a Wednesday, be due Friday. The final will come out on a Thursday and be due by 5 o'clock Saturday, the last day of the class. So do make sure you get your final done by 5 p.m. on Saturday, August 19th. Enjoyed having you in the class this semester, and good luck on the final.